November 1st, 1984, Delhi. Suddenly, a small house was swallowed by flames. The bakery downstairs was burning, and on the first floor above lived a family that had only two things: a small Bhujia business and one very big dream. Everything was gone. All the money, the house, all turned to ash. The children were crying. The wife stood there holding his hand, but that man's eyes had no tears. That man's name was Manohar Lal Aggarwal, and he had no idea that this destruction was about to become the biggest turning point of his life. Because today, that same small shop has become a 1,800 crore rupees empire. This is the story of Haldiram's, whose 5 rupee packet made all of India fall in love. But this journey had many thorns: family fights, court cases, an accusation of bloodshed. How was this empire built? Let's start from the very beginning. This story begins in 1908. In a small town in Rajasthan, Bikaner, a boy was born here, Ganga Bishan Agarwal. Everyone at home lovingly called him Haldiram. His father ran a small shop selling namkeen and sweets. Haldiram started working at the shop from childhood itself. In those days, Bhujia in Bikaner was made from besan, gram flour. In 1918, when Haldiram was just 12 years old, one day he noticed that another lentil grew in the fields, moth dal, smaller than gram. Haldiram thought, what if I use moth dal flour instead of besan? He tried it for the first time. The Bhujia came out completely different, thin, crispy. That day, his father tasted it and said, "Son, this is amazing." Haldiram smiled and said, "Dad, now I will sell this Bhujia in the name of Bikaner's Maharaja." And they named the product Dungar Shev, after Maharaja Dungar Singh. This was the first marketing move. Ordinary Bhujia had now become Royal Bhujia, and the price jumped from 2 pies per kilo to 25 pies per kilo. People craved this new taste. Within a few years, Haldiram's name spread all across Bikaner. In 1937, he opened his first permanent shop, named it Haldiram's Bhujiawala. The beginning had begun, but the real game was still ahead. In 1977, one day, Manohar Lal was standing at Bikaner railway station. He saw people getting off trains and asking, "Where can we get Bhujia here?" Manohar Lal quietly took a small shop near the railway station in the Colgate area. First week, stock finished. Second week, double the order. Third week, waiting list. Understand it like this: if a traveler is hungry and right there at the station, they find fresh, proven, famous Bhujia, they will definitely buy it. This was Manohar Lal's first initiative, and now he decided, I'm going to Delhi. In 1982, Manohar Lal arrived at Chandni Chowk with his family. He had only 500 rupees in his pocket. He rented an 8-by-1-foot shop, a small room above it. That's where they slept at night. That's where they made Bhujia during the day. The same room, the same hands, the same dream. By 1983, their shop was so crowded that police had to come to control the queue. But fate had something else in mind. November 1st, 1984. After Indira Gandhi's assassination, riots were spreading across Delhi. Late at night, a mob arrived. They set the bakery on fire. The fire rose from below. The moment the fire reached the stock, one after another, the ghee container started exploding. Manohar Lal's wife screamed, "Get out, now!" They came out onto the street in just the clothes on their backs. 2 children, wife, Manohar Lal, that's all. Nothing else. In front of them, their home was burning in the fire, their 10 lakh rupees stock, and their entire earnings. People thought, this family will go back to Bikaner now. But Manohar Lal, standing on that street, he said to his wife, "This is not fire. This is a new beginning. Now we won't just have a shop. We will build a factory." By the 2000s, Haldiram's had split into 4 separate companies across India. Haldiram's Delhi, in Manohar Lal's hands, all using the same name, but all working separately. One day, Prabhu Shankar from Kolkata tried to open a shop in Delhi. Manohar Lal immediately said, "In our area, only we can use the Haldiram name." Prabhu Shankar refused. And then what happened? A 15-year court case began. Delhi High Court, Supreme Court, years and years. Finally, in 2013, the verdict came. The court said, in Delhi, only Delhi's Haldirams has the right. Kolkata, change your name. This case revealed just how dangerous competition within a family can be. But the darkest twist was still to come. 2005, Kolkata, Prabhu Shankar Aggarwal, the owner of Kolkata's Haldiram, was building a large food plaza in the Bura Bazaar area. But right at the entrance stood a tiny tea stall. The owner of that stall was Satyanarayan Thakur. Prabhu Shankar offered him 4 lakh rupees. Take it and leave. Thakur refused. Prabhu Shankar got angry. His entire building's design was being ruined because of one tea seller. And then he made a very wrong decision. He called a local criminal, Gopal Tiwari, a history sheeter. Prabhu Shankar gave him the job: scare Thakur or remove him. March 30th, 2005, Gopal Tiwari came with 3 of his men. They fired a shot, but the bullet mistakenly hit Thakur's 18-year-old nephew, Pramod Sharma. He survived, but a police case was registered. While all this was happening, Prabhu Shankar was in London, opening his first international food plaza, and in Kolkata, a boy had almost lost his life. In June 2005, Prabhu Shankar returned to India. In 2010, the court delivered its verdict: Prabhu Shankar Aggarwal and 4 others, life imprisonment. This was Haldiram's darkest chapter, but the other branches kept working. In 2022, a historic decision was made. Manohar Lal Aggarwal of Delhi and Shiv Kishan Aggarwal of Nagpur merged their businesses. They named it Haldiram Snacks Food Private Limited. 40% market share in India's traditional snacks segment, meaning 4 out of every 10 people in India were eating Haldirams. And then, in March 2025, came the day the whole world noticed Haldirams. Singapore's Temasek Holdings signed a deal to buy a 10% stake. Deal value: $1 billion, 83,000 crore rupees. Haldirams was now as big as Tata Consumer Products, and other large player. That small 2 rupee Bhujia was now the world's 10th largest snack company. But even there, the story didn't stop. In 2024, Haldirams discovered that people in America were illegally selling their Indian packets, the ones that clearly said, "not for export," but people were still selling them. Haldirams filed a case in Seattle court. The court decided in Haldiram's favor. Haldirams protected its quality and its brand's honor. Today, Haldirams reaches 80+ countries: America, UK, Canada, Middle East, Australia. Everywhere, it brings Indians the taste of home. This story was never just about Bhujia. It is the story of the obsession that lived in a 12-year-old boy, who experimented with moth dal and changed an entire industry. It is the story of the courage inside Manohar Lal, who refused to give up even when fire took everything away. It is also the story of the mistake, when money and power blinded a man and he ended up in jail. And most importantly, it is the story of the trust that customers gave. Because as long as a product has quality, honesty, and taste, no brand can ever sink. Today, Haldiram's is India's most trusted namkeen brand. A story that started with 2 rupees, Bhujia has reached a 1,800 crore rupees empire. And very soon, in 2026, this company is set to list on the stock market for ordinary people. Friends, if you enjoyed this story, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video so that more inspiring and dramatic stories keep reaching you. Tell me in the comments, what did you like the most in this story? We bring new stories every week. Until then, keep your dreams big. And always remember, any business built on hard work, quality, and honesty can never sink.